Hi, today I'm here to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about, which is Taylor Swift. In case you couldn't tell by the title, I'm going to be ranking every single song by Taylor Swift. In order to do one of these videos, I need to be really familiar with someone's discography, and I am very much familiar with hers to the point where it's a little pathetic, so who better to do one of these videos for? I don't want to make this intro very long because we're going to be here for a while, we're going to have lots of time to hang out, so let's just jump right into it. By the way, I do have some opinions that I think are pretty unpopular among the Swifties, so our list would probably look pretty different. That's fine. You're allowed to have your opinion. I'm allowed to have mine. Just try to be nice about it. Okay, cool, thanks. Okay, so I am using this tier list that was already on the website. It was created by Emma Rose YT. So shout out, I'm going to be using your tier list. I just changed the names of the tiers, so I changed them to perfect, great, good, okay, skip, and bad. I am also going to be ranking the albums at the same time. It kind of just made sense to me to do both, so we'll be doing both. So let's start with Debut. I don't love Debut, but I do like it. I think it has a really unique charm to it. However, I don't really listen to it anymore, although it does have some really great songs. I'm going to put it in C. It's definitely not one of my favorites, definitely in the lower half, but spoiler alert, it's not my least favorite album of hers. It's not even close. So let's get into the songs. First is A Perfectly Good Heart. This one's a skip for me. Actually, have not listened to that one in forever. A Place in This World is a little better. I'm going to put it in okay, still definitely not one of my favorites. Next is Cold As You, which I'm also going to put in okay, definitely not one of my favorites in general or even on this album. I have not listened to this one in forever. I'm Only Me When I'm With You, I'm actually going to put it in good. I like this song. I have a soft spot for this song. I don't really know why. Invisible is also going in okay, have not heard this one in forever. Would never really go out of my way to listen to it. Next is Mary's Song, which is one of my favorites. I have been really attached to this song ever since I was a kid. I know it's kind of a weird pick, but I have been obsessed with this song ever since I was like 8 or something, so it just has a special place in my heart. It's going in perfect. It's one of my favorites of hers. I know it's a bit of a weird choice, but like I said, I do have some unpopular opinions. Next is Our Song, which is another one of my favorites off this album. I think this is one of my favorite singles of hers. It's also going in perfect. Okay, Picture to Burn. I think I'm gonna put this one in good. It's pretty iconic, but not necessarily one of my favorites. I haven't listened to it on purpose in a really long time, but it is pretty nostalgic. Should Have Said No is going in great. I think it's one of her most memorable songs for me. Not necessarily one of my favorites, but it is great. Stay Beautiful is another one that I have a weird attachment to, and I don't really know why. I listened to it a lot when I was a kid, and it's really nostalgic for me. However, it definitely hasn't aged as well as Mary's Song for me. I kind of grew out of it, so I'm just going to put it in good. Teardrops on My Guitar, I actually have a really hard time taking seriously. I know I talked about that a little bit in my previous Taylor Swift video. I listened to this all the time when I was a kid, and I think I kind of ruined it for myself. I'm going to put this one in good. It probably deserves to be a little bit higher, but again, I listened to it way too much. The Outside is going in okay. Don't really care for this one very much. I don't know. I have not listened to this one in a while either. Tied Together with a Smile, I'm actually going to put in good. I think this is one of the stronger ones off this album. I just realized I should maybe be ranking these in order of preference in the tiers. I'm going to do that. Okay, so Picture to Burn is going to the front here, and then I think Stay Beautiful is going ahead of I'm Only Me When I'm With You. I think Teardrops on My Guitar is also going to go ahead. And then Cold As You can go ahead a little bit. I'm going to put A Place in This World last within this one. And then last for this album, we have Tim McGraw. I'm going to put this one in great. I feel like this one's actually a little bit overrated. I don't really hear people talk about this song anymore. I think it's really sweet. I still like it. I still listen to it a fair amount. So that one's going to go in great. I I don't think I like it better than Should Have Said No, though, so I'm gonna leave it there. So, Fearless Taylor's version is one of my favorite albums of hers, actually. I really love this album. It's kind of a comfort thing for me because I did listen to it a lot as a kid. I think I'm gonna put this one in A, actually, and then we're gonna move on to the songs. So, first we have Breathe, which I think is a really underrated song. It's going in great. It's going first in great because it's my favorite out of these three. Bye Bye Baby I'm going to put it in good. I think I'm going to put it after Picture to Burn. I'm putting Change in skip. I can't remember the last time I listened to the song. I think it was probably the day this album came out. Don't really care for this one. I'm putting Come In With the Rain in great. This is actually another one of my favorites that I feel like is really underrated. I'm putting this one here. Don't You is one that I haven't really listened to much since it came out. I don't know, this one just didn't really click for me. I'm going to put this one at the beginning of okay. Fearless is another one of my favorites. I think that this might be her best album opener, maybe. I'm putting this one, I think I'm going to put it at the beginning of great. I don't think it's perfect. It's not like one of my all-time favorites or anything, but it's definitely up there. 15 is one that I listened to way too much as a kid and I kind of ruined for myself again. It's still good though. I'm going to put it right here behind Picture to Burn. Forever and Always piano version. Don't like it as much as the original version, although I do really like the song itself. I'm going to put this one in good. I'm going to put it right here. Forever and Always, the original version, is great. This was another one of my favorites when I was a kid, but I never really ruined it for myself by listening to it too much somehow. This one is going in between these two. Oh my god, Hey Stephen is so nostalgic for me. I also really loved this song when I was a kid. I remember being over at my friend's house and listening to this one all the time. I don't know, we just really liked this song for some reason. This one is going, I'm going to put it in great. I don't think it's an all-time favorite anymore or anything. Where should it go? It's going to go in between Breathe and Come In With the Rain. Jump Then Fall is a really cute one. I don't think it's necessarily one of my favorites off this album, but I do really appreciate it. I'm going to put it at the beginning of good. No, there we go. Love Story is really iconic. It's not necessarily one of my favorites, but I think it deserves to go in great. So I'm going to put it in between Should Have Said No and Tim McGraw. Mr. Perfectly Fine. I don't know if this is going to get me in trouble. I don't love this one. I'm going to put it at the beginning of okay. I remember when it first came out and everyone was freaking out over this one, and I never really got it. I don't know. Superstar is another one that just never really clicked for me. I find the lyrics a little cringy, maybe a little bit. I'm going to put it at the end of okay. It's nearly a skip, not quite there. Tell Me Why is not necessarily one of my favorites, but it's still good. I'm going to put it in good. I'm going to put it here. That's When is another good one. I'm going to put this one here. The Best Day has a really special place in my heart. I'm putting this one in great. Where is it going in great? I'm putting it here. The Other Side of the Door is another really fun one. I love the outro. It's going in great. I'm going to put it here. The Way I Loved You is another favorite. I feel like I'm saying every song from this album is a favorite. Not every song can be a favorite, but they all are. This one is going to go here. This was one that I actually never really appreciated as a kid, but it really grew on me as I got older somehow. Today Was a Fairy Tale is okay. Don't really love the lyrics in this one, but it's not a skip. I'm going to put it here. Untouchable is good. It's going here. We Were Happy is another one that I never quite fully clicked with. It's not bad. I'm going to put it at the... is that at the beginning of okay or the end of good? Putting it at the beginning of okay just because I can't remember the last time I listened to this one on purpose. White Horse is another one that's just a little bit too overdramatic for me at this point in my life. I listened to it way too much as a kid, kind of ruined it for myself. I think I said the same thing in my other Taylor Swift video. I think I'm just a little too old for this one now, and doesn't quite hit me the same anymore. I'm gonna put it at the end of good. You Belong With Me is iconic. I'm putting this one straight into perfect. I think that the re-recorded version goes even harder. I love it. You're Not Sorry is gonna go in good. I'm gonna put it here. You All Over Me is one that I really appreciated when it first came out. I feel like people weren't really that into it, but I was. It's going in great. I'm gonna put it here. So next is Speak Now, which is, depending on the day you ask me, maybe my favorite Taylor Swift album. It's between two, and this is one of them. It's going straight into S. I love this album. Alright, Back to December acoustic. I never really listened to this over the original. I actually don't really even remember what this one sounds like. But it is Back to December. I'm gonna put this one in great. I'm gonna put it here. So the original Back to December, I do really love. I listened to it way too much as a kid. I feel like this is gonna be a pattern, so it's not necessarily an all-time favorite anymore, but it is still great. I didn't fully ruin it for myself or anything. I'm gonna put it here. Better Than Revenge. Where do I put this one? Yikes level large. I actually have no idea where to put this one. I think I'm going to put it at the beginning of good. Obviously, it hasn't aged well. I think that goes without saying. However, I do still kind of love it. I'm putting it at the beginning of good. Dear John is absolutely an all-time favorite. I love this song. It is incredible. I think it's some of her best songwriting. It's one of my favorites. It's going at the beginning of perfect. Enchanted is another all-time favorite for me. It's one that I never really appreciated as a kid for some reason, but as I've grown up, it's kind of stuck with me, and it's grown on me for sure. I'm gonna put this one here. Haunted acoustic. Again, I never listened to the acoustic version of this. I don't really remember what it sounds like, but I do love Haunted, spoiler alert, so I'm gonna put it, I wish I remembered what the acoustic version sounds like, but I've never listened to this one over the original. I'm putting it here. Haunted, the original, is going in great as well. I love this song. I have loved it ever since it came out, and I have always thought that it was underrated. It's still underrated. What are you guys doing? Why don't you appreciate this song more? What's wrong with you? If this isn't going in great or above for you, then there's something wrong with you. Just kidding, you're allowed to have your own opinion, but you know I'm right. It's going right here. If This Was a Movie is kind of a skip for me. I'm sorry. I never really listened to this one. It's gonna go at the beginning of it though. I don't know why. The song's just never really clicked for me. Last Kiss is another favorite. I'm gonna put this one here. Long Live is great. I think it belongs right here. Mean is cute. I don't really listen to it anymore. It hasn't really stuck with me very much through the years, but it is still cute. I'm gonna put it in good, and I'm gonna put it right here. Mine is not my favorite, actually, and I don't really know why it doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. This one's gonna go here. Never Grow Up is one that I actually have a really hard time listening to, not because it's bad, but just because it makes me really emotional. It's gonna go in great. I'm gonna put it right here. Ours is sweet. Not one of my favorites off the album, but I do like it. I'm gonna put it right here. Sparks Fly is great. I have always loved this song. It's getting really hard to rank these in the tiers themselves. I don't really know where this one goes. I'm gonna put it here. Speak Now is not one of my favorites off the album, but it is cute. It's fun. It's going in good, and I'm gonna put it here. Superman is a skip for me. I don't like this song. I think this is the only song off the album that I would say that I truly dislike. I'm putting it in bad, actually. I don't even really listen to it enough to know what I don't like about it. I just know that I don't like it. I feel like it's definitely the weakest point of the album. The Story of Us is good. I'm gonna put it right here. Next, we're getting into Red. Red is going in the B tier for me. I've always felt like this album was a little too all over the place, and I know that she did that on purpose, but I don't really like that aspect of it where it kind of feels like a roller coaster of emotions. It's just a little too much for me, and it's also a really long album, and I have a hard time with long albums, and like her usual albums are really long to start with, so adding a bunch of Vald tracks to an already really long album was just a little much for me. I can't listen to it all the way through. I have a short attention span. I know it's a me problem, but this is my list, so it's just the way that it's gonna be. I do really like some of the songs off it, obviously, but it's not one of my favorites, and I never really listen to the album all the way through because it's ridiculously long, and I don't really like the order of the track list that she put them in. I'd rather just kind of make a playlist of my own and organize them the way that I like them. 22 has actually, funnily enough, grown on me over the years. I used to not really like it, but I feel like it's kind of a perfect pop song. I'm gonna put it at the end of Great. All Too Well 10-minute version, I think, has to go in perfect. I'm going to put it in between Dear John and Enchanted. I think that the 10-minute version didn't disappoint, which is funny because it had a lot of hype behind it, so it's pretty impressive that it's as incredible as people thought it would be. All Too Well, the regular version, I'm going to put this one a little lower. I'm going to put it right here. Babe Taylor's version, I actually think I prefer the Sugarland version of this song. I don't know if I love the poppier production that she did with it. I'm gonna put this one in good, and I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna put it here. We're already starting to get really crowded. I'm gonna have to zoom out soon. Oh God. Begin Again is Great. It's going to go towards the top of Great. I'm going to put it here. Okay, I already have to zoom out. Oh God. This is going to be really messy by the end of this. Okay, Better Man is one of my favorite Vol tracks for sure. I have always loved this song ever since there was that video of her performing it live. I used to listen to that crappily recorded version of it all the time, and the studio version didn't disappoint. It's going in Great. I'm gonna put it here. Come Back, Be Here, not one of my favorites. I've never really been that into this song. It's gonna go in good, and I'm gonna put it, here feels good. Everything Has Changed has always been one of my least favorite songs of hers. However, I do actually like the re-recorded version better than the original. I think the original would have went in skip. Now I'm gonna put it up to okay. I don't know, I just think the re-recorded version is better. It feels fuller somehow. Forever Winter is good. Not one of my favorite Vol tracks, but I do like it for sure. I'm gonna put it, where am I gonna put it? I'm gonna put it there. Girl at Home has always been one of my least favorites. It's kind of similar to Everything Has Changed, where I do like the re-recorded version better. I think it might still be a skip, though. I'm going to put it at the beginning of skip. The re-recorded version is definitely an improvement. If it would have been the original version, I think I might have even put it in bad, but I like the kind of hyper-poppy feel of it. I think it's fun. It's obviously not one of my favorites still, but better than it was. Holy Ground used to be one of my favorite songs of hers. I think I've gotten over it a little bit, so I'm going to move it down to Great, but it's still going to be towards the top. I'm going to put it right here. I Almost Do, not one of my favorites off this album. It's going in okay, and I'm going to put it right here. I Bet You Think About Me is one of my favorite Vol tracks. I love Chris Stapleton's vocals. I wish he was featured a little bit more, but still love the song. I think it's fun. I love the music video. I also think that's really fun. It's going to go here. I Knew You Were Trouble, another song that's just a little too overplayed. Can't really appreciate it as much as I used to. I also don't love the production on the newer version as much as the older version, and we are ranking the Taylor's versions, so I'm gonna put it right here. Message in a Bottle is one of my least favorite fall tracks. I thought it was really fun at first, but I got over it really quickly. It's gonna go in, I think I'm gonna put it at the end of Good. Nothing New is an all-time favorite. I'm a big Phoebe Bridgers fan, so I was really excited for this, and it did not disappoint. Oh my god, this song hits me in the heart. I might actually like it better than all of these. I'm gonna put it here. That feels good. Red is a good one, not great. I don't know, I don't have many thoughts on this one. I'm gonna put it here. Ronan, I don't know how to rank this song. I don't know how I'm supposed to rank this. Can I have like an unrankable category? I don't know where to put this. This feels kind of wrong to rank this. I don't know where to put it. You know what? I'm just going to pick a spot and stick to it. Don't take that ranking seriously. I don't know where to put it. Run is a skip for me. Not an Ed Sheeran fan. It's a fine song. It's not bad, but I don't know. Definitely not one of my favorites. I'm gonna put it here. Sad, Beautiful, Tragic is another one that just never really worked for me. I think it's a little boring. I'm gonna put it in okay. I'm gonna put it here. Starlight is fun, but I'm not super into it. I'll put it at the end of Good. State of Grace acoustic version. I don't like it as much as the original, but it is nice. It's a cute one. Put it in Good. There, feels good. State of Grace, the regular version, is going in Great. I think it's the perfect album opener. I'm so glad that the album starts with this song. I'm gonna put it here. Stay, Stay, Stay. I actually used to really like this song. I get why people don't. It's not a skip for me. I think I'm gonna put it here. Also, the lyrics are a little... I don't think they've aged super well, is what I'll say. The Last Time is super underrated. Why don't more people talk about this song? Oh my god, it's going in perfect. I'm gonna put it right here. The fact that this song is so underrated actually makes me really sad. I adore this song. I always have. The Lucky One is good. Not one of my favorites, but I do appreciate it. I'm gonna put it here. The Moment I Knew, okay, I'm gonna get myself in trouble for this one. I don't love this song. I don't dislike it either. I think it's just fine. I'm gonna put it, it's a little better than all these. I'm gonna put it here. I know that that's an unpopular opinion. I'm sorry. The Very First Night is fun. Another one that's not one of my favorites. It's going in Good. I'm gonna put it towards the end here. Treacherous is a really great one. I'm debating between the end of Perfect or the beginning of Great. I think I'm gonna put it beginning of Great. I'm gonna put it after Fearless. That feels good. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. I do not like the production on Taylor's version of this. I prefer the original. I'm sorry. I don't listen to the original, but I miss it. I don't know. This song feels so hollow compared to the first version. I'm actually going to put it all the way down to okay. I was never crazy about it to begin with or anything, but I don't know. I don't like this version as much. Yeah, I'm going to put it beginning of okay. Okay, now we're getting into 1989, and this is going to get me in trouble. This is probably my most controversial Swiftie opinion. I don't really like 1989. I think that half the songs are like kind of just okay or skips. I am sorry. Please don't hurt me. I know that this is a fan favorite. I've never really been into this album. It was actually the reason why I kind of stopped paying attention to her music for a while, because I never really was into it. I'm gonna put it in D. I'm sorry. You're allowed to have your opinion. I'm allowed to have mine. I'm sorry. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I don't really like this album. I like some of the songs off of it, but I do not really like the album as a whole. I'm sorry. Whenever I said in the beginning that I had some unpopular opinions, this is exactly what I had in mind. I'm sorry. Okay, getting into the songs. All you had to do was stay is kind of just okay. I'm gonna put it right here. Bad Blood. Okay, spoiler alert for the rest of this video. I hate this song. I think it's the worst thing she's ever done. It's one of the only songs of hers that I would describe with hatred. I hate the songwriting in this song. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's going in the end of bad. Nothing is going to be worse than this. I hate this song so much. I can't even tell you. On the contrary, Blank Space is, I think it might be going in perfect. This is probably one of my favorite songs off this album. It's gonna go right here. Clean is going in good. I know that it's a fan favorite, and I do like it, but not one of my favorites. I'm gonna put it, it's going towards the beginning of good. It's gonna go, actually, I'm gonna put it right in the front. I Know Places is an all-time favorite, another one that is super underrated. What are you guys doing? This is one of her best songs. The melody in the chorus that she does is so pretty. What are you guys doing? Why don't you appreciate this song more? What the heck? I'm gonna put it right there. And I need to zoom out. Okay, I Wish You Would is also good. I'm gonna put it right there. New Romantics. Okay, another unpopular opinion. Unpopular opinion time. I never really got what people loved about this song so much. I know it's a fan favorite. Never really worked for me. It's not a skip or anything, but it's going towards the end of good. I never really cared for it that much. I'm gonna put it right here. Out of the Woods is great. Used to be one of my favorites. I think I listened to it too much. But it is still great. The bridge in this one is obviously incredible. I'm gonna put it right here. Shake It Off is another one that I strongly dislike. I wouldn't describe it with hatred. It's fun for what it is, but I hate the fact that she still performs it live at every show. I'm over it. I've heard it too many times. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't care about Shake It Off. It's going in bad. Style is the perfect pop song. Straight up, it's going in perfect. I think it's going ahead of Blank Space. I'm going to put it right here. I do really love that song. How You Get the Girl is a skip for me. I've never really liked it. It goes here. This Love is... You know what's funny is that I used to dislike this song, and I like it better with the re-recorded version, which is actually great because I was a little worried about the production of 1989 Taylor's version, but this gives me hope because I like the new version better than the old version, and it's kind of shot up in my ranking a little bit. It used to be in either okay or skip. I think I'm going to put it in good. I'm actually going to put it towards the top of good. I really like this song now, right here. Welcome to New York is a skip for me. Not one of my favorites by any means. Maybe her weakest album opener. Well, maybe not quite. We'll get to that later. I'm going to put it in skip, but where does it go? It goes... I'm going to put it ahead of How You Get the Girl. Wildest Dreams is also fantastic. I don't think it's quite perfect. I'm going to put it in great, and it's going to go right here. Wonderland is going to go in good. I don't love it, but I don't have a big issue with it. I'm going to put it here. And You Are in Love is a skip for me. Don't love it. Never really loved it. I think it's going to go at the top of skip, though. All right, and that is 1989 done. Next we have Reputation, which is another one that's going to get me in trouble. Spoiler alert for the rest of the video, this is my least favorite album of hers, and I don't even really have time to fully get into why it's my least favorite because I have so many thoughts. But long story short, the things that I really love about Taylor's music are missing from this album. I don't love the songwriting on it. It doesn't really feel genuine to me, or at least some of the songs don't. I don't know. I feel like it hasn't aged very well. I don't know. It's my least favorite. I never really go back to it in its entirety. There are some songs on it that I love, which we'll get into, but as a whole, I have a really hard time with this album. It's a really confusing release for me. I have a lot of thoughts on it. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm going to zoom out again. Okay, we're getting really full. So, call it what you want. I will put I think that some of the lyrics in here are a little eye roll worthy for me. However, overall, I do like it. I'll put it in good. It goes right here. Dancing with Our Hands Tied is perfect. I love this song. I actually didn't really pay much attention to it when the album first came out, but it's really grown on me. I think it's one of the strongest points of the album. I'm gonna put it right here. Delicate has never really worked for me. Again, some kind of eye roll worthy lyrics for me in there. It's gonna go, gonna put it at the end of good. Don't Blame Me is great. Wouldn't describe it as one of my all-time favorites, but I do really like this song. Again, I have some issues with the songwriting, but overall I do like the song. I'm gonna put it here. Dress is good. Don't really have any major issues with it, but I just kind of forget that it exists sometimes. I'll put it here. Endgame, no. Is it bad or... I think I'm going to put it in bad. I'm going to put it at the beginning of bad. Getaway Car is one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite song off of this album. I'm going to put it right here. Gorgeous. I don't have strong feelings about this one. I think I would have liked it better on a different album. And I know that I'm judging these songs as the songs themselves, and I shouldn't really take that into consideration, but it's kind of hard to remove the context. I don't know. I feel like it would have fit better on Lover. I'm gonna put it at the beginning of okay. I don't have any major issues with it, but I don't really like it. I Did Something Bad is gonna put it at the end of great. I like it, not one of my favorites. King of My Heart is another really strong point for me. I don't think it's quite in perfect, but I'm going to put it towards the beginning of great. I do really like this song. I'm going to put it right there. Look What You Made Me Do, one of my least favorite songs she's ever made. I'm going to put it right here. New Year's Day is good. I'm not crazy about it. I guess it's kind of a cute closer, although it seems really weird in the context of the album. It kind of works. I'm going to put it there. Ready For It, bad. I'm going to put it right there. So It Goes, okay. I don't have any major issues with it, but it's really forgettable to me. I'm going to put it at the beginning of okay. And this is why we can't have nice things. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I want to be over Reputation. Where does it go? I want to be done with this album. I'm going to put it at the end of skip. Don't care. Next we have Lover, which is not one of my favorites, not one of my least favorites. I'm pretty neutral towards this album. I think that it's way too long. I think she could have definitely cut some of the tracks. And it has the same issues as Red, where I feel like the track list is super disorganized. And again, I know that's probably on purpose, but I don't know. I don't like the way that the track list is organized. I have a really hard time listening to it in the order that she put it in. I prefer to make my own playlist and organize it the way that I want to. And I do consider that a negative towards the album. I think I'm going to put it in B. I'm going to put it after Red. Okay, Afterglow is good. I've never really thought about this song very much, but I don't have any issues with it. It goes here. Cornelia Street. Okay. Spoiler alert for the rest of the video, Cornelia Street is my favorite Taylor Swift song. I love this song so much. I think it's so sweet. I love the live version that she did in Paris. I love this song so much. I don't know why it even hit me the way that it did. I don't know why I connect with it so much, but I think that this is the best thing she's ever done. I love this song so much. And again, another one that's super underrated. I feel like all of these songs, well, not all of them, but a lot of them can just be considered super underrated. Like, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? Why don't you appreciate Cornelia Street more? It's the best thing she's ever done. Cruel Summer's another one of my favorites. It goes, I'm gonna put it right here. Daylight is great. It's close to being perfect. I'm gonna put it here. Death by a Thousand Cuts is another really great one. I'm gonna put it here. Oh, that's not what I meant. There. False God is good. It feels like a really odd detour in the album, but I do like it. I like the experimentation. I think it was kind of a weird choice for her, but I appreciate it. It goes here. I Forgot That You Existed. Really weird opener for this album. I know that it's meant to kind of pick up where Reputation left off, but I don't like this as the opener. I don't really even like it in the album at all. It just has a really weird energy to me that doesn't really fit with the overall message of the album, because yeah, I know, like, I Forgot That You Existed, like, that in itself I'm fine with, but the whole track just feels really petty, where, like, I don't know, I thought we were over that. I don't like the whole Reputation vibe. I don't know. It's gonna go here. I don't know, it's fine. I Think He Knows is good. Not one of my favorites, but it's good. Put it right here. It's nice to have a friend I'm a little conflicted about. I appreciate the experimentation, but I never really go out of my way to listen to it. I'm gonna put it right here. London Boy is kind of just... Is it a skip or is it I'm gonna put it at the end of okay. Lover is... I'm gonna put it at the beginning of good. I like it, but I don't love it. Me, I think I'm gonna put it in skip. I wouldn't call it bad. I just don't think it's for me. I'm gonna put it right here. Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince was my favorite song when the album first came out, and it has fallen down in my ranking a little bit, but I do still really like it. I'm gonna put it here. Paper Rings is cute. Not really one that I go out of my way to listen to. I think it's around equal to I Think He Knows for me. I think I might prefer I Think He Knows a little bit more. Soon You'll Get Better, another one that I have no idea how to rank. You know what? I'm gonna put it right beside Ronan. Goes right there. Feel uncomfortable ranking it. The Archer is another one of my favorites. I'm going to put it here. The Man, I don't like this song. I'm not going to put it in bad, though. I don't quite think it's bad. It's just a major skip for me. It goes there. You Need to Calm Down. I don't like this song. I think I might actually put this one in bad. I find this song really irritating. I hated it when it came out. I hate it now. Well, hate's a strong word. I don't hate it, but I dislike it. It goes there. So, Folklore is the other album that I would consider to be my favorite. It's kind of tied with Speak Now. However, today, I think I might prefer it. I'm gonna put it at number 1. It is my favorite Taylor Swift album as of right now. It goes in S. I was so excited when she announced this, just based on the way she was describing it. I felt like I was gonna really love it. I felt like it was right up my alley. And it did not disappoint. I was so happy with this when it first came out. I can't tell you how much I listened to this. I loved it. I still love it. It's fantastic. I'm so glad that she went in that direction. August is one of my favorites off the album. It goes right here. Betty is my favorite off the album. It goes here. Cardigan is great. It's towards the top of great. It goes right here. Epiphany, not one of my favorites off the album. I'm gonna put it in good. I'm gonna put it right there. Exile used to be my favorite on the album, actually, around when it first came out. It's fallen down in my ranking a tiny little bit, but it is still great. I'm gonna put it right there. Hoax is another one that I'm not crazy about. I think it might actually be my least favorite on the album. However, I like every song on Folklore. I don't think any of them deserve to go any lower than good. It's getting so hard to rank these within the tiers. Right there. Illicit Affairs is not one of my favorites, but it is good. There. Invisible String is great. I'm gonna put it right here. Mad Woman, not necessarily one of my favorites on the album, but again, I really love every song, so that's not necessarily an insult, it just means that there are other ones that I love more. I think it's around the same as Illicit Affairs for me. I'm gonna put it right there. Mirror Ball is great once again. I think I'm gonna put it, I don't like it more than Cardigan, so I'm gonna put it right here. My Tears Ricochet, actually not one of my favorites off the album. I know that's kind of a weird opinion. I do still like it. I'll put it right here. Peace, another one that's not one of my favorites. It goes here. 7 is one of my favorites off the album. It goes right there. The One, a really great opener. I love this song. Don't think I like it quite as much as Exile, so let's put it right here. The Lakes is another one of my favorites off the album. I have a lot of favorites off this album, if you can't tell. It's gonna go here. The Last Great American Dynasty is great. I think I might even like it better than Exile. I'm gonna put it right here. This Is Me Trying is, I think, around the middle of my ranking for this album. I think I like Mirror Ball a little better. It goes right there. And that's it for Folklore. So, moving on to Evermore, I used to think that Evermore was better than Folklore. I don't feel that way anymore. However, they are still close in my ranking. I'm going to put it third in this S category. I don't think I like it as much as Speak Now either, but it is still a fantastic album. So, moving on to the songs. Champagne Problems was my favorite off the album at one point. It's not anymore. I think it belongs here. Closure is a weird one. I do like it. I appreciate the experimentation. Not one of my favorites off the album for sure. It goes here. Coney Island is super underrated. Again, what are you guys doing? It goes in great. And I'm putting it right there. Cowboy Like Me is the best song on this album, and if you disagree, you're wrong. You're not actually wrong, you're allowed to have your own opinion, but in my brain, you're wrong. I literally have a tattoo for this song. I love this song so much. It goes right here. Dorothea is good. I feel like this one's a little underappreciated, but it's not one of my favorites still. I'm gonna put it right here. Evermore is, I want to say, one of my least favorites on the album, but I do still really like it. I'm gonna put it towards the beginning of good. It goes, there feels good. Gold Rush is great. It goes here. At this point, I'm just picking a spot and sticking to it. There's so much going on in this tier list. Don't take any of this too seriously. Happiness is, I think, around middle of my ranking for this album. I like it. I'm not in love with it. I don't dislike it by any means. It goes there. It's Time to Go is probably my least favorite. I'm gonna put it here. Ivy is another one of my favorites. I think it's the second best song on the album. It goes right there. Long Story Short is cute, not necessarily one of my favorites. Right there. Marjorie is another one that's kind of around the middle of my ranking. I'm not crazy about it, but I do like it. I think it might be a little higher than Happiness for me. I'm gonna put it right there. No Body, No Crime was my favorite when the album came out. Along with Champagne Problems, I kind of switched back and forth between those two. I don't think it's aged super well for me, and I don't know if it's just because I listened to it a lot at first, but I'm not as crazy about it anymore. I think it belongs here. Right Where You Left Me is great. Where does it go in great? I'm gonna put it right there. Tolerate It is another one that's not one of my favorites, but again, I do still like it. Right there. 'Tis the Damn Season is, I think it's below all of these. I'm gonna put it there. And Willow is a fun album opener. I'm gonna put it right there. All right, so that is all of our albums ranked. What's going? Innocent? Wait, why wasn't this with the Speak Now songs? Hold on, I'm ranking Innocent. Okay, this is underappreciated. And I kind of get why Swifties don't talk about this song anymore. I get that it's like kind of a sore subject, but I do still really like this song. It goes here. Anyways, so moving on, I'm assuming these are like movie soundtracks and stuff. Okay, so this is her Christmas EP. If you watch my Glee video, you know that I don't like Christmas music, so I never go out of my way to listen to this. Christmas Must Be Something More used to play all the time when I used to work retail. I don't like this song. This one is going in, I don't know if I want to put it in bad. You know what? Since I don't like Christmas music, these are all going in skip. I think that's fair. Because I would actually never listen to any of these. I'm going to try to rank them between themselves, but I don't really know how I feel about them because I have not listened to them in a while. Sure, we'll go with that. Okay, so Babe Sugarland version. So I do like this better than the Taylor's version. Not by a whole lot. It goes right there. Beautiful Eyes, I don't really remember this song. I know I've heard it, but never really stood out to me. I'm going to put it in okay. There, feels good. Beautiful Ghosts. This song is way too good for what it was for. I actually really like this song. I'm going to put it at the end of great. Both of Us, I have not heard this song in a really long time. I'm going to put it at the end of good. Christmas Tree Farm. Okay, I know I said I didn't like Christmas music. I actually kind of like this song a little bit. I'll listen to it like a couple of times around the Christmas season. So I'm going to put it at the end of okay. Still don't really like it, but it is one of my favorite Christmas songs, although the bar is really low. Crazier, I used to love this song, and it is still good. I was a little upset that she didn't re-record it for Fearless, not gonna lie. It goes there. Eyes Open is gonna go in good. I'm not crazy about it. There. Half of My Heart, I actually kind of like this song. There. Oh my god, this is getting so full. Highway Don't Care. What a fitting title, because I don't care about this song. Okay. I Don't Want to Live Forever. It's good. I'm going to put it here. I Heart ? I really like this song. I still like this song. I hope that she re-records this one. I used to really like this one when I was a kid, too. I'm trying to remember how it's aged. I haven't heard it in quite a while. I'm going to put it... There, feels good. Only the Young. I'm not crazy about this song. I'm going to put it at the end of good. Safe and Sound is great. This is one that I feel like I don't appreciate as much as I should. I haven't heard this song in a really long time. I'm going to go listen to this song after this video's over. It's been way too long. Sweeter Than Fiction is... It's fine. I'm going to put it towards the end of good. It goes there. 2 is Better Than 1. I actually don't really remember this song. I know I've heard it, but I don't really remember it. I'm going to put it in okay as well. Oh my god, this is getting so busy. I literally can't even read these titles anymore. Hold on, I need to zoom in. I literally can't read these titles anymore. I've zoomed so far out. Oh, Lover remix featuring Shawn Mendes. Skip. Bad Blood featuring Kendrick Lamar. Okay. Kendrick saved this song a little bit. I know I said it's my least favorite thing she's ever done. Kendrick makes it a little better. I'm gonna put it at the end of Skip actually because the verses are my biggest issue with this song and Kendrick kind of helps with that. So it's going at the end of Skip. Still don't like it, but it's a little better. Birch. This song was actually kind of a disappointment for me. I never listened to this song. I was really looking forward to it, and I don't really care for it that much. I'm gonna put it right here. Renegade, I do really like. I'm gonna put it in great. Hold on, let me zoom out. This is getting a little difficult. So, Renegade is going in great. I'm gonna put it right here. And then these last few are live covers, I believe. I don't really remember these. I know I've heard them. I'm gonna put them all in okay, actually, because I don't really have strong feelings on these. I'm sure they're kind of just okay. So, that is my ranking done. So, I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna pull up a picture, so that it's a little easier to see, because I know I'm super zoomed out right now. So, here is the final tier list. My favorites are Cornelia Street, Dear John, All Too Well 10-minute version, Betty, Cowboy Like Me, Nothing New, Enchanted, The Lakes, Ivy, The Last Time, I Know Places, August, Getaway Car, Mary's Song, Cruel Summer, Last Kiss, All Too Well, Style, Dancing with Our Hands Tied, Seven, The Archer, Our Song, Blank Space, and You Belong With Me. And my least favorites are Endgame, Ready for It, You Need to Calm Down, Shake It Off, Look What You Made Me Do, Superman, and Bad Blood. And yeah, don't take the ranking inside the actual tiers themselves too seriously. I was kind of just placing things wherever they felt right by the end. I wasn't thinking too hard about it. But yeah, I'd say this is pretty accurate to my taste. So I guess let me know if you have any major issues with my list, although be nice about it. Like I said, you're allowed to have a different opinion. That's fine. Obviously, I think I'm right. You think you're right. But it's fine. We're allowed to like different songs. It's good that we like different songs so that they can all get some love, you know? So that's it. That felt actually quite short because the last time I did this, I ranked nearly 800 Glee songs. So that felt like a cakewalk, honestly. I'd definitely be down to do this for other artists, but like I said in the beginning, I would need to be really familiar with their discography. But I guess if there is anyone that you'd like me to do this for, let me know, and I'll see if I am familiar enough with their music to do it. So feel free to tell me about your favorite Taylor Swift songs, albums, least favorite songs or albums. I don't know. Feel free to tell me if you disagreed or agreed with my lists, what choices I made seemed the weirdest to you, or which ones you agree with the most. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, I made another video on Taylor Swift a while back, and I will probably continue to talk about her more. And I hope you have a great day or night or whatever time it is whenever you're watching this. Thanks for watching. Bye.